Hey, we love a good political story here, and tonight we have gobs of them, and most involve the Portland area. Now listen, before those of you in Southwest Washington say goodbye, or in Baker City or Newport or Los Angeles, yeah, we do have viewers there online, I want to tell you why you should stay here. Portland is Oregon's biggest city. It's a huge part of the economic engine for the state. What happens here will likely affect you in some way. So, Portland's new voting system, its new city council, its new mayor, they really are something that you should care about. And that's why all of that is our big story tonight. Let's start out with the latest numbers. Just an hour ago they came in. In District 1, the same three candidates from last night lead tonight, with Avalos and Smith getting the required 25% and Dunphy short of that with 22%, but he will also get elected if those numbers don't change. On to District number 2. Again, the leaders are Kanal, Pruitt-Gilney, and Ryan. Those are the same leaders that we had yesterday. And it's similar in District 3. The leaders continue to be Koyama, Lane, Murillo, and Novick. Novick won a seat right out of the gate with 26% of the vote. We talked with him last night.
In this brand new system of government with almost entirely brand new council, I did think it'd be useful to have somebody with not just the experience of getting things done at City Hall, but the humility that comes with experience and knowing that I don't have some brilliant new solution to any of our problems, but I've got the patience to try to identify what can we do that will move the ball forward, and to remind my colleagues that the city employees have a wealth of knowledge. We need to listen to them.
And in District 4, the leaders are Clark, Green, and Zimmerman. Those three have led all along. Clark was also very strong right off the bat and gained 26%, winning her seat. We also heard from her last night.
So really having a functioning government, number one, is important to me, and getting that new city manager in place, bringing the bureaus together to start working horizontally to solve problems, and then really tackle the most immediate issues that confront us. And I would say what's a couple of things are on people's mind primarily is the homeless issue, a sense of public safety. And also I was continually asked, whether it's on the doorstep or at house parties, is how are we going to make the city and the county work together? That seems to be an issue that was also top of mind, in addition to the other problems that we confront.
And results of this third day of counting did not change for Portland's mayor either. It will be Keith Wilson. Both Carmen Rubio and Renee Gonzalez conceded last night. Keith Wilson, not yet officially the mayor of Portland, but, pretty much a done deal. Today, he gave an acceptance speech of sorts. It was filled with visions of what he wants to do for the city, but not how he's going to do it. His talk was filled with gratitude and kind recognition for his opponents. He spoke today at the Charles Jordan Community Center. Wilson grew up in North Portland and said the center is dear to him and that he spent much of his childhood there.
It's great to have Charles Jordan on the photos along this hall. This is a very important place. I do want to say one thing. I apologize for the bare bone setup. We were going to bring our signs and everything, but my campaign manager, Christopher Taft, just said that we are absolutely and completely broke. Which is not a call for money. Out of 9 months, it is not a call for money. But I appreciate that. We ran this campaign like there was no tomorrow. And that bank account is empty is a credit to that. We did everything we possibly could. And the moment we could, we answered every call. We went to every meeting. We took every speech. And that is why I'm here before you today, because of the message we were able to share with Portland and the belief that you had in our future together.
Wilson is the CEO of a trucking company called Titan Freight Systems. His campaign said he grew the family business 6 times over and hired a team where more than half of the management are women, BIPOC, or LGBTQ+. He's also founder of a nonprofit focused on getting the homeless off the streets called Shelter Portland.
Portland is in a moment of profound transformation and opportunity. Voters in every corner of our city have made their voices heard. They want change. And for local leadership to work together to solve the issues in our community. It's time to end unsheltered homelessness and open drug use, and it's time to restore public safety in Portland. It's time to grow Portland with smart, effective local government as an ally to families and small businesses. It's time to restore and expand transportation options and to make sure that everyone has access in our new clean economy. I've reached out to Governor Kotek. I've reached out to Mayor Wheeler, and I've asked them for guidance during this transition. They have committed to me the full weight of their offices, and I'm very proud to have that partnership, and I will accept that from day one. I've spoken with current council and incoming members, Metro Council President Peterson, Multnomah County Chair Peterson, and many of Oregon's congressional delegation. All of these relationships will be critical in these coming days. Voters aren't interested in politicians pointing fingers. They just want us to get things done.
That is correct, sir. He spoke to city residents, warning that hard times are ahead. He expects there will be mistakes and that being mayor in Portland's new government structure will have its issues. But Wilson said he is up to the challenge.
I want Portlanders to know something important. The goal of my administration will not be to focus on only the visible issues, like the terrible suffering on our streets. It will also be to focus on challenges that hardworking Portlanders are facing today. Many families and small businesses in Portland are struggling with the high cost of living and the lack of affordable housing. They need to know their city leaders see the hardships they face and work with them to make Portland work for everyone. I grew up right here in North Portland. I'm incredibly proud to be before you today. This is an awesome responsibility and an awesome time in our city's future. My life and career evolved alongside our city. We are rich in our diversity and are shaped by the many paths we all took to get here today. From those who have been here since time immemorial, to those who came here seeking a better life, to our shipbuilders of Vanport and our shopkeepers of Albina, and to those immigrants and refugees who have only just arrived. Every neighborhood matters. Every community matters. Every person matters.
Blair Best joins me now. Blair, obviously this victory speech was a little bit rah-rah Keith, but there are certainly many Portlanders out there who are concerned about his lack of political experience and his ambitious homeless plan.
Yeah, that's right, Pat, there are. And I asked Wilson today about what he has to say to those who criticize his plan to address homelessness. He wants to open a ton more overnight immediate emergency shelters, and he's even talking about using churches to do that. Here's what he had to say.
What do you have to say to your critics that say some of your policies, say around homelessness, are more like wishful thinking?
Yeah, I understand. They've all recognized it's an ambitious plan. It's an ambitious plan. But isn't it about time for us to have ambitious, time-sensitive goals to no longer allow people to suffer on the streets of Portland?
All right, now Wilson's speech today, it also brought out dozens of supporters. I'd say there was probably like 50 to 80 people in that community center, and Wilson was shocked. He said he thought there was only going to be like 5 people that showed up because they planned this victory speech in the last minute. We caught up with several of those supporters to hear what they think about Wilson leading the Rose City.
He's got experience on the street, and the street, if we don't cure it, we will fail economically.
I'm excited for Keith. I think Portland needs someone who understands the homeless.
If anybody can fix Portland, Keith can.
All right, also there today was a handful of elected officials, including current City Commissioner Dan Ryan, who is poised to earn a seat on the new City Council representing District 2. Here he is.
I mean, I've known Keith since the Roosevelt days in the late 70s, so we have a long history because the voters picked him. So it's like you got to get behind your leader. This is local politics. This isn't partisan fighting. This should be a city that's focused on infrastructure, it's focused on public safety, and it's focused on economic development.
All right, now I want to leave you on a lighter note. Take a look at your screen. I saw this on social media leading up to the election. Many people are saying that Keith Wilson looks just like Portland's previous 3 mayors, Sam Adams, Charlie Hales, and of course, Ted Wheeler. So as you can see, I guess Portland really does seem to have its type. Pat.
Oh boy, Blair, all kinds of things to say there. Maybe let's just stay away from it. Thank you, Blair. Appreciate it. All right, Wilson will take office on January 1st. So what's going through your mind now that we know that Keith Wilson is going to be Portland's next mayor? Are you excited? Are you nervous? Is it something else? Let us know, will you? Email us your thoughts. The address is thestory@kgw.com, or call and leave a voicemail, 503-226-5090. Now, let's answer a few viewer questions regarding ranked choice voting and the results that we're seeing. Mike wrote to us to say, please explain. You showed 3 photos of the finalists on TV Wednesday night. All 3 had identical number of votes under their photo. Then one had a check mark as the winner. How'd that happen? I'm thinking there's a secret dartboard on the back wall. Thanks for that question, Mike. Here's an example of what Mike is talking about. This is for the District 3 City Council race that we looked at earlier. All 3 have the same vote total, but Steve Novick has the check mark. All right, Mike, here we go. We're coming up with your answer. So, the reason we have the check mark, just to start with, is because the Oregonian called that race for Steve Novick. And the reason they did that is because you could see even here at round 7, he has way more votes than everybody else, and they've kind of locked him in at 16,605. That is 25% of the total votes that were gathered here. So they know 16,605 plus 1 gets him 25%, so he's not going to get any more than that. The computers will automatically start shifting his votes around if he does get additional ones. But let's take a look as this goes along. Round 7. Here's round hopefully 8 or 9. Okay, so you can see in this one, Novick's still getting 0. Koyama Lane is getting 14 votes, and Murillo got 24 votes, and that's from way down here with Sainer getting defeated. All right, we'll skip kind of farther ahead here to round 27, and now you can see the number of votes that are starting to move are getting a lot bigger here. And Jesse Cornett is about to get eliminated on this one. He has 4,400 votes. Let's see what happens on that. And by the way, you can check this out at home yourself, by the way. Okay, so Cornett's votes went 776 to Burkholder, and you can just kind of follow along here. Thank you, Zach, for working on the camera there so we can see that. And again, Novick getting 0. So the computers are apportioning his votes out now. You can see Koyama Lane is over the amount that she needs with 26%. She got 1,200 in that last round. So as we go into one more, you're going to see that her votes are apportioned out, and all 3 now have the same thing that Novick had with 16,605. And I asked the county today, why do you do that? There's no place else for those votes to go. And they said, well, we don't want to leave the impression that any one of these people got more votes than the other. So we just go with what is 25% of that, and that's what they're going to end up with. Interesting, huh? Okay, so I hope that made sense. We've got another question now. Let's go to the email from Jeff, who wrote, one thing I don't like about ranked choice voting, there's no way to find out what the vote totals were for each step, where the votes of one candidate were transferred to the next choice. Showing each step would be expected for transparency's sake. That's kind of what we just did, Jeff, but we can do more. It's what happens with the ranked choice voting results on the Multnomah County elections page here that we've been following. And you can click through each round to see which candidate was eliminated yourself. We'll put a super up there so that you can see the page to go to. It's pretty easy, and it's kind of fun. So we've already done the third. Let's go back here to the first district. And this is the end of the day at round 17, but if we jump back here, well, let's jump back again because the computer's not coordinating with me. But if you jump back to round 4, you can see there's still a lot of people in the game and there's still a lot of votes moving around. But then if we kind of jump it up here to closer to the end of the round, come on, computer, we're running out of time. Here we go. Round 13, you can see who's being dropped out. They're calling it defeated, who's still in, and who's going to win in the end. So I hope that makes sense. Go check it out on your own. You'll have more time than I do, and you'll enjoy it like I have enjoyed it in the past.